Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, internet. Hello, just another coder. Hello, D-Orp. Hello, Dave. Hello, the potato. Hello, Lithium Lichka. Hello, Teo Patello. Hello, Zani. Hello, Halford. I can't pronounce your last name. Hello, Joku. Hello, Mr. Alex. Hello, Good Game Well Played. Hello, Cecil. Hello, everybody. Am I on Twitch at the moment? It's still showing us offline there. Oh, no. We there. We good. We good. Saw me on Discord. Gosh. I'll have to hide better. My lurking skills have been too weak. I said hello to you. Oh, Cecil? Oh, I think I said Cecil. The overlay has already crashed because, I don't know. I think it hates emojis, but like, most of the time it's fine. Now it won't work for like another few seconds, and I'm not really sure. I tempted to open an open look, but it's for another time, I think. I'll plug a shortcut here so I can just restart that later. Let's get web tab over here. Head up ELD LD jam. What's the idea now? I mean, if you're asking what I'm going to be doing on the stream, I'm going to be playing some Ludum Dare games. I prefer whenever I do this to... No, not Lambert. I prefer whenever I do this to play games that people in the chat have made. So like if you took part in Ludum Dare, you can just submit your game in the chat and I can play those. But if I don't have any of those, I'll just play whatever I think looks cool on the Ludum Dare site. I'm gonna stream for a long time, but I want to get some ratings done because you gotta do at least like 20 to get in the ratings yourself. That's how the whole thing works. So I'm gonna be doing a few. I'm a bit tired today, so yeah, as I say, I probably won't be streaming super long, but we'll do a few games. Really enjoyed one. Hello, Hector. I'm glad you enjoy my videos. I'm glad you found them helpful. Okay, this is literally the first thing I've seen. I like the idea already of a weird pinball thing. So, pinball and hack and slash. Oh, right, do you do like a... interesting. Unfinished prototype. Did it not get... Oh, did you not finish it? I want to play it. It looks cool. No, that was 39. No, maybe he gave up or something. Oh well. But it's kind of a cool looking thing. I wanted to play it. Like, that looks good enough to submit to me. I don't know. It's a 1x8 pound. Well, we've gone on from the chat, so I'm gonna get in there and just play some stuff. I played one already, which was cool. I should log in so I can rate things as well. I played one already that was quite cool. Sure it tracks these things? Like, tell me what I've rated. Ludum Dare 41. Oh yeah, my grades. Oh, I played a Rhythm Tower Defense game someone made, was kind of neat. And I played this, which has taught me how to do a whole bunch of cool 3D stuff as well. It's really good. Highly recommend this. It's really funny. Shard Rain Love Story, cool 3D thing built in Game Maker. And it's very, very cool. And those are the two things I played. I'm gonna hit up Twitter as well because a lot of LD people tend to follow me on there. So right, post. Hash LD jam. Well, let's try and pop the overlay back up. See how long it lasts this time. Get the first bit of data. Get the second bit of data. It's probably got it. It's probably got it. I think we're okay. Cool. Well, if you can't send messages from YouTube, just go over to Twitch. Twitch TV/SeanJS. Put it on there. I'm not going to see any messages you send on YouTube. YouTube's a mess. I won't see anything you send over there. Yeah, sorry. I just can't. I mean, unless you've got like the end of the URL or something like that. On Twitter, is it your game? Or is your friend's game? Try to play games by the actual people watching. But I'll put it in the queue nonetheless. Let's put flip piece. Yeah, okay, I'll play this. I've got nothing else to play anyway. Hello, Igno. So, what is this game? Alright, you live in a dystopian world run by robots. While avoiding capture, you stumble upon a mysterious portal. It looks like a gateway to a land much more tame and fluffy. Let's paint it red. Controls WAD move. Left mouse button shoot. Restart. Theme song. Okay, I'm going to download version 1 because that's presumably your entry. That's your compo entry, right? I'm going to assume this is post-compo. It's not really labeled, so I'm not sure. But that's what I'm going to assume. Can't be is this a GMZ? Why is it a GMZ? That's source code. I guess I am getting 1.5. This is a straight up X. Can I even download it? A little bit skeptical of the downright executable from Game Maker as well. Oh, 1.x, I suppose. If it was made in 1.x, that makes sense. Don't be an installer, don't be an installer, don't be an installer, don't be an installer. Oh, if I run anyway, don't be an installer, don't be an installer, don't be an installer, don't be an installer. Doesn't seem like it is. Yo, here we go. Is my overlay. I think it will get that correctly. I just need to. Okay, let me just organize some things on my screen a little bit. I didn't think it was a virus. I was just hoping they didn't use the installer. Right, okay. There we go. I can kind of see everything now. Oh, wrong thing. Just drop the link in the chat, Silith. That's fine. Press enter to play. My trouble's on its way. No dumpster diving. Confused me a little by showing me the controls during the cutscene. Oh, is that sound? Should that? Oh, I've got my sound turned off. Hang on. You guys might be able to hear it, but there we go. Let's turn it down here. Let me know what volume's like. It should be fine. Cool, I don't know if I got... It doesn't feel like I'm going to assume I don't have limited out. Oh god, that is quite the jump. For some reason I was only going to pick something up there. It's probably just because of the way it broke apart, but there's no... That's cool. It's also quite the run cycle. That wasn't so hard now, was it? I might have spoken too soon. The little puppy smoke animations, kind of neat. There's a lot more activity today than usual. Uh-oh. Good cutscene tech going on in this. Use my tutorials, nice. What was that? I thought he might have done just from the way the gun worked, but I wasn't sure. And kind of the cutscene stuff going on. Well, not the full-blown like moving around stuff in the cutscene. He's done that himself, or with a different tutorial. I don't know. But the text at the bottom as well is kind of similar, like the way it scrolls to a thing I taught. So this is like a weird fabric in reality. What's through here? Where am I? Who are you? Yeah, I'm still need to use my camera thing as well. Welp. Not sure I noticed what happened there, actually. I think I looked away from this guy. I shot him? Why did I... Should I be shooting these guys? Seems though. Yeah. I want to get on... Oh man, I really wanted to get on the hot. Okay, gun doesn't seem super effective on those guys, even though the first guy just like exploded. I think I was not paying enough attention to what the text said. Oh. Not sure what my health is like if I have health. Can I can't walk, okay. Oh, I've got my parallax as well going on. But not on this hill, interestingly. That's going okay, yeah, Notorious MVP. I'm having a lot of fun with it. What's this say? Oh gosh. Okay. Interesting. Not sure I followed the plot, but what was that was constructed very well. Game made in 48 hours by Alden G. Collier. Thanks for playing. Version 1.1. Can I actually close it? Or do I have to just hold it 4? Cool, I've got a bunch more links in the chat. Let's collect these. I'm guessing Source was the first. He was the one who asked about it. Please play mine. Okie doke. And I'll copy yours as well. Cool. 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 First of all, let's rate this one. No, yeah, I don't know what how the theme was playing in the list, but maybe it just wasn't. I don't know. The main character doesn't ask that shoots people in the face by beating them. I thought that's what happened, but I couldn't quite tell. It's called Fluff Piece. Strange. It was like maybe it was combining two genres of. He wasn't combining two mechanical game genres. He was combining narrative genres, right? He was combining like a modern time thing and a fantasy world thing, I think was the idea. Overall, it was a bit weird and hard to follow, but like I think it was constructed reasonably well. Like, you know, I don't really fault it in that regard. I saw some bits lacked a bit of polish, but like it was constructed very solidly, so like I kind of have to give it credit. Fun. Like the gun was cool and satisfying. I mean, I know I mostly just used my tutorials or whatever, but like he used them well. He did well, and I was very disappointed I couldn't get on the horse, but I guess that, you know, you only got so much time. Especially because he left the horse there, like the horse wasn't destroyed or didn't run away or anything. The horse was just walking around, so I'm like, that must mean I can get on the horse, but I couldn't, so that made me sad. Shooting things was fine. I think the reload speed was really slow. It was like bang, and then you had to wait, and then bang, and then you had to wait, and then bang. It was very like that. The little flash on the enemies was good. The horse, I don't even know if you could beat the horse ones. They took like 1,000,000 hits. So it was tough, but I think it's just a little unpolished in that regard. But I think it's pretty alright. And it's a platformer in it. But I could give it some points because just like I like seeing the two different genre things done in not just the mechanical way. I think that's kind of interesting. The theme, like I see it. It took me a while to see it because I was just looking for a mechanical theme the way everyone else interpreted it. But I like the way it's kind of a two different thing. This jam has had a horrible theme, and it's kind of hard to judge anyone on it. But I know this is like the game of twos for me so far. Graphics, I think, they're alright. Oh, the neat little pixel and stuff. There was some weirdness in the clouds, and they were kind of like, but I think it was maybe intentional. Like the fantasy world was all kind of rounded and soft in that way versus the harder modern one. And I like the way the things exploded into multiple parts. That was really cool. It was well put. Give it a full 3. I like the way everything sort of exploded apart. I think it was good. The sounds were as good as they needed to be, more or less. I think it was alright. Humor, I think it was kind of entertaining how the guy exploded for like no reason, but like I struggled to follow it like in terms of I was kind of thrown by it a bit, rather than. Right, directional flickers, I can do that. Yeah, let's it wasn't absent, so we'll go with that. Mood, I think, yeah, I really like how the cutscenes and everything were. That was really cool. In fact, I'm gonna knock it. Like, I just like. There's no other grade in here for just the general construction of a thing. And I did like the cutscenes were good. Like, there's probably a lot of work gone into like the movement back and forth and all that kind of stuff. And like the text at the bottom and the black, and the like actually making him move to specific places at specific times and that sort of stuff. So I think that's cool. Yeah, I think I like those ratings. Good job. Very well put together. Maybe. Work on timing up the game feel. It's a very loose and vague comment, but hopefully he gets the idea. Cool. What's next? Boyfriend, Despise Dating Sim. I saw so many people on Twitter when the theme got announced going, I'm gonna do dating sim and X. Like, seemed really popular. Probably because it just seems like a very like out there, wild kind of genre, right? So is this gonna be a browser thing or not? Spy dating scene is a pretty rough place. Agent Doug Smolders is a big chin wielding little secret agent seeking companionship in this modern day. Oh, I think I saw something on this actually. Oh, are these the guys? I think those guys asked me about using my shader or something, yeah? Well, the guys who won the GM48, I think. I think it's these guys. Sounds, it looks like them. I think it's them. I didn't look smaller. Yeah, I saw some gifs of this. It looked really cool. Cool. Download. Save. Hey Sam. Yes, Celeste. Yeah, submitted it in the Twitch chat. Now I'm going to play it. Now I'm going to play it when it downloads. Wow, 132 meg, man. What do you put in this? That's bare music or something, like. I released a commercial game that was 10 megabytes. I actually did. Right, anyway. I don't know why I had to read that. It's literally the same message every time. I've not read the controls. A and D, move left and right, space, shift, dash, dodge, aim, fire, reload, tab, open, close phone, escape. Cool. I think we got it. Oh, installer. Guys. Ludum Dare again with an installer. Guys. How could you do this? How could you do this? This is like my #1 Ludum Dare peeve. Nah, it's cool. Let's go. Presenting. Yeah, but I just extracted it. I mean, just put it in one place and it's cool. Unless it literally just doesn't work for some reason. The game by Patrick. By those people. I hope you all saw who the people were because they made the thing. Oh man. Let's turn my speakers down a bit. But already a heap of polish in this thing. What's in settings? Always like to check out the options. Very little in the options. Cool, that's master music, sound effects, timer, mute. Timer, interesting. The reason I always like to check out the options is because generally the things that are put in options are very interesting game design wise, because they tend to be things that are concessions or made by the game designer. Like when the game designer couldn't decide whether it should be X or if it should be Y, they let the player pick and they put it in the options. It's interesting. But here there was very little, so there's almost no concessions made in that regard, which you generally don't find in Ludum Dare games anyway. But anyway, where were we? Controls, oh right, I didn't need to read the controls. Space jump, shift, right, right, okay, it's one of those. Art, reload, tab, open phone. Cool. No, shout out to this silence. It's very silenced. Oh, Christ, I suck. Okay. I'm glad you spot that sliding right away, because I'm just like, oh, sliding, F4, wall jump. Okay. Oh wait, what's going on here? Sometimes I find after looking at the clouds and doing pointless math in my head. Do you ever do that? Taylor's gonna kick your ass for ignoring it. What J? Y? Oh. Oh, T? Oh, okay. Maybe I was too late or something on the other one. I like the idea behind this. I thought, right, okay. Oh, Christ. Oh, hey, there's my shader. Are you an indoorsy person, outdoorsy person? Outdoorsy. I like the way it's shaking this thing. Whoop. Oh, right, so was I hitting his gun there? Is that why he didn't die? I do realise, I love the context of this. We're just like running around and just like, oh yeah, that's fine. Bang, bang, bang. What's your biggest secret? Oh, no. Ah. Too slow. I'm the worst multitasking spy. This reminds me of another game that I played in the other Ludum Dare. It's not really like this as such. But when you get home, what is the drink you need to go for? Tea. I mean, I already told you that, I think. Oh, the snipes. Rifle unlock. Let's go. Oh, I can't shoot from there. nice and outdoorsy. What was I saying? There was a game I played. There was like a text message thing, and you had to juggle between like 40 different people that were sending you text messages, and it like grew over time and just got more and more frantic, and there were different endings. Granny Smith. Are you a masochist as sour as? Is there anything down here? This looks like. Oh no. Oh okay. We've got one of those kind of wall jumps I can save myself. Cool. Is there supposed to be that gap at the bottom, or am I playing in a dodgy resolution? Oh Christ! What do I read? Transaction, right? Cool, she reads too. This is good. We in there? Nailed it. What? I think that came up just as I was transferring scene or something. Hopefully it's fine. Are you doing anything important? I like that. Nope. My favorite color is white. What's your favorite color? Copy her favorite color. Oh yeah, what's white as well? White isn't a color. What happens if you say the negative things? I mean, they're clearly marked as the negative things. I have a cafe. Can I get on there? No, okay, it's pushing me too far away. Smart. Do I actually have to bring that away? Can I just leave that out? Yeah, I think I can. Ah, but it gets annoying. There's a press, so, yeah. Dive bar. I'm really allergic to cats. Oh, no. Good. Shotgun. I don't know, I was liking the rifle, I could just spray it. I've told you this, I read. Man, God, that's a terrible memory. Yeah. Oh Christ, I didn't even see him there. Chest piece. It sounds like she's saying good things. Yeah. Mate. Right. I like how you've kept like all the sprites quite square as well. It makes it work quite well with the dissolve shader. Like it keeps it all really simple. Oh, through the looking glass. I just said this. Oh Christ. No. No, not like this. No. How to restart? Can I restart the level? I want to get the sniper rifle. That seems fun. Well, I'll probably call it that though. Unless it's, I don't know, it's a Ludum Dare game, so it's probably not that much longer, right? Ah, screw that guy. X-Fried. Man, she has like really low tolerance. Like, I don't know if I want to date this girl. Like, she's like, she sends you a text and then like you ignore it, and then like 2 seconds later, like you don't reply to her in like 3 seconds, and she's like, "Oh, you ignoring me?" Like, no, man, I'm at work. What's Oh, I don't know what you said, but that answer. I feel like I'm sending like the Gmail, like when it gives you like the 3 options to reply. That's like what I'm doing right now. Send it. Oh, if you mess up the input. Oh, right, I see. What? How do you mess up the input? Be astronaut. Is that if you press a different letter, but other than WSAD? Oh, that shot. Oh. 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 I mean, I got hit at the end there, but calm down. Ah, ruined the streak. Nailed it. Alright, go on, we'll play a little bit of this one. Those dogs. Okay, you know what, actually, we'll call it here. Because lots of the games in the chat, we want to keep getting through them. But it's very, very cool. I mean, I know I'll make you sad if I was on like the last level or whatever, but hopefully I wasn't. A lot to it. It's cool. That was shift. Oh, I didn't even try that actually, but if I right click I can zoom in a little. Or should I well, since it's installed, I just want to see what that's like quickly. I mean, I don't know if it varies as well with the sniper rifle being different, because I've got other games to play. Yes, 702, but it is very good. That's the thing. You can get caught up playing ones that are like really good. Oh right, there was like a dodge roll. Cool. Can you do it in the air? No. How often can you do it? Ah, right. Whoa! Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, and then that lets you do that. Interesting. I expect other weapons let you do it differently or something? I don't know. But cool. I just wanted to see what that was like. Cool. Yeah, sniper zooms in a lot more. Cool. No Eclipse. Not right now. We are doing Ludum Dare things. Because I've got, like, other people put some in the chat over here as well, so I want to get through to theirs, otherwise they just sat like, well, I want to play my game. But this was very, very nice. It was very cool. Let me think about this one a minute. So, like, I feel a little behavior, like, I think with the phone, it was a little hard to tell what I was doing at first, even though, like, you've got the good, like, hints and things in there, like what letter you press. It wasn't clear to me what the negative one was. At first I thought that was another button I could press, but there wasn't a button to press. And second of all, it didn't seem like it mattered which of the two good things I pressed. I mean, I didn't play it through to the end, so I don't know if there was, like, consequences for that being measured down the line or something. But I feel like I had to buy into the experience a little bit in order to care about that mechanic, almost. Like, I don't know if you could fail it. It wasn't clear if I was doing really well with it or doing badly, other than, like, oh, you get good responses from things now and again. So it got to a point where, like, mechanically it was just like, open it, press over button kind of thing. I didn't have to read the stuff, because it's just like, okay, the top two are okay-ish responses, press above. At first I was worried about, like, contradicting myself, but then that didn't seem to make any sense because the questions were exactly the same, and so on. Is that something in the controls just felt a little bit, I don't know what it was, like sticky almost? I don't know if that's because of the wall sliding or what. There was just something not quite right there at all, but I don't know enough to actually pin a criticism on that. Otherwise it felt really, really solid. It was hard to tell at first that shooting things guns didn't count as well. That's interesting. Not a lot of things will do that. It works okay because you've got big square heads and stuff like that, so that's cool. Off the top of the head though, those are my only kind of criticisms. I think it's really cool. I had a lot of fun. As I say, I think you have to buy into it a tiny bit and be like, oh, what's she saying? Oh, she said that, and, you know, care about reading it and finding it interesting and cool. But I think that is easy to do, because I think it's fairly compelling, and it's funny. It's funny, so you want to buy into the joke. So I think people do that pretty well. So yeah, I think that's really good. Innovation. I mean, the game itself, like the dodge and roll shooting stuff, is like well put together and well executed. Not necessarily innovative, not that that's a problem. The phone thing is cool, but I think it's not necessarily explored in super interesting amount of detail. It's explored in just enough, really, to get the idea you're going for across. So yeah, maybe it's not the most super innovative. I mean, I like the thought of and stuff, and I think the idea of the theme itself is very innovative, but I don't necessarily think the idea is super, but it doesn't matter. Like, so yeah, cool. Theme, yeah, I think, yeah, you nailed it, right? 2 incompatible, right? Like dating sim, yeah, I think it's very cool. It's really hard to know what I'm saying when I rate something highly in this theme. It's like, oh, well, obviously they're not incompatible because you made it work, but that's not how we read it. It's just like, I read it as just mixing 2 things you wouldn't necessarily see together in a funny, unexpected, or interesting way, which I think this does quite well. Graphics, I think are really good. I think it's really pretty, really general. Let's go one more. It's just very pretty well executed, and everything is very shiny and dynamic, and everything kind of pops, and there's a nice palette, and all the things are very clear, and it's good. It's good. Thanks, GM Audio is good. I mean, it was fitting. I think it was theme appropriate. It was alright. I'm not very good at reviewing audio. I think it was pretty good. Unless something really like stands out with me, like, you know, like something has like a super stellar soundtrack or whatever. My opinion on audio is just always, yeah, it did its job. It was pretty good. You know, I think there's a lot of that just intrinsic in the theme. I think it's cool. 5 original mutant, damn. It's wasted on me. I don't notice these things well enough. I notice when, like, that's the thing, I don't know anything about music, so I'm like, you know, I'm like a gamer that doesn't know anything about game design in that regard, right? Where like, you love a thing, but you can't pin the reasons why, and you can't like pull out the thing and say like, oh, this thing was really good or whatever. Very similar like that with music sometimes. Like, I know the games that for me like have really strong, memorable soundtracks and stuff, but like, I couldn't tell you why. You know, they just, yeah, that game just had amazing music and it just made it really good. It's just really good. And I can never put the finger on it to do good criticism. So my opinion on music has no weight at all. Mood, yeah, I think it's good. As I say, I mean, I've repeated it a few times, but I think you have to buy into it a little. But I think the game does a good job of making you want to, so I think it's cool. Nice. You all are here. I don't think I need to leave a comment or whatever. I'm too lazy for feedback. I got games to play, yo. I tend to leave comments if the people weren't in the chat or whatever. Otherwise, I think you all have heard enough of what I had to say. So, yeah, those are my things. Cool game, well done, good job. That was really cool, thanks for that one. Bubbles and Blood is up next. Do I have any more I need to add to our list, first of all? Rhythm Quest, we've got. Bubbles and Blood, we've got. No problem, Sam, thank you for submitting it. Oh, you didn't, but, I mean, thank you for making it. Thank you to your friend, thank you, Killer, for submitting it. Thank you to both for making it. Words are hard. Bubbles and Blood. Where are we at? In Bubbles and Blood, you play as an unfortunate dude who is trying to escape from a monster-infested house. Can you finish all 8 rooms and beat the boss? Only one way to find out. You combines violent, gory action with cute bubble popping as a compatible genre. Okay, so this is another one that's like thematic genres. Rather than more typical like game genres. What I loved about that last one though, theme-wise, is it does both, right? It's like 2 thematic genres that like you would normally expect them to. Well, kind of. Those ones kind of do have a bit of synergy, but like and 2 game genres. Yeah, yeah, the thematic ones do mix a bit more, but that helps it. That helps the two genres like flow together that well. Yeah, there's no submit command there, fresh. Just drop the link in the chat if you've made a game and you want me to play. Controls, mouse click, left to move, pop, excuse me, and right click, shoot enemies and walls. Go to the itch page, download Bubbles and Blood. Open zip file. See, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. I don't know yourself. Maybe you needed the installer. I don't know. LE41 games. And then I can just and just be like, okay, I'm making it look harder now because I don't know how to use a mouse all of a sudden. Bubbles and Blood. And drag this nonsense in. Close this and double click. And it's all in one place. Because now I'm going to have to remember to go and uninstall your game, and I'll probably forget, and it'll probably just live on my hard drive for the next like 400 years. Hello, Dinosaurus. There you go, I noticed you. Video game test stream sometime soon. I might do that at some point in the future, but I feel like I'd have to get games beforehand, because otherwise people would show up and be like, hey, anyone got any games? And people would just be like, no, until someone showed up. I don't know, maybe loads of people in the chat have games. You're all making games, I guess, so. Anyway. I like the aesthetic here. Do I dare do... Oh, this looks okay. Does it? It doesn't screw anything up too bad. Does it do that? Okay. Good. Alright, this is cool. I mean, I know they probably did it just off of that one shader that's on the marketplace or whatever, but... the method is not important. The effect is. Probables for ammo, or should I just do this? Oh, right, ammo 5, right. Get a key. This is like a t-shirt with mum written on it. This is creepy. Oh gosh. Oof. Yo. I'll put a few more of those. Man, there's a lot of bubbles. Ah! Do I actually have to reload at the start of each one? Yeah, it does carry on. Okay. Does that continue messing up? No, okay. It looked like it like broke more. Oh, I really want to use the arrow keys, but you can't. Interesting kind of like mouse only control scheme we've gone for here. Nah. Around these walls is kind of tough. Oh. I have no idea what this is, but it needs to dead. Oh, okay, it's just going to spawn more forever. Right, okay, that's made things a little more... Nah. Do I work? Well, oh, do I just restart? Yeah, it just restarts if I die. Oh, Jesus, wept. Warning. Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm gonna stand here, right? Oh, right. I see. Oh, golly. That's, that is an animation. Oh, is that it? I think I just skipped the GG screen. Yeah, that's game. Cool. Yeah, I think I accidentally skipped the winning screen. Press harder, Illuminate. I'm doing some 3D with GM2 if I consider me. I knew the moment I put that GIF on Twitter of like, oh, I've been doing some 3D stuff, it was gonna get waves. I've actually not had as many as I would have thought, but I knew it was going to be accompanied with people like, oh, so when's the tutorial on that going? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just playing around. Well, the same is true about a lot of things I end up doing tutorials on, so. So, this game, I think, it's alright. It's pretty good. I think it's like the batting average. I think 2.5. Why does it make me rate overall first? I would much rather do that last. It's kind of like showing my hand a bit early on what I think, right? Shows total bubbles popped and enemies killed. Right, fair enough. Fun. I had fun. I was shooting things. It's like moving around was tough because of like the collision box on him was clearly quite big. I think it could have been done with being like smaller, just to allow you to move around these walls a bit easier. Because I felt like I just had to clear out loads because I didn't really know how big the player count was being. Also made it hard to tell when a collision was happening because like obviously the game just restarts on you, just like full on room _ restart stuff. So I could have done with like some animation there or something that like showed, or also just like clearer like just smaller hitboxes so you could actually really see the overlap as it happened. I do not have a buddy and controllers, unfortunately. So yeah, 2-player things can't really work. I mean, if Emma was awake, I could, but she is even more tired than I am today. So she is asleep, so she can't really help me play anything, unfortunately. Yeah, I think there's a few things to work on in terms of like the gameplay stuff here. Keys are really small, the guy is really big, etc. I think the monsters are okay, and I like the animation when they get hit is like reasonable, like well done and stuff. That was clear. The mechanics are very, very rough, and it was sort of like you get ammo and you get max 5 ammo and it carries over, so you always kind of want to pop them to get them back. But there was always just loads of bubbles, so it never felt like I was running out of bubbles. It just felt like there was a bit of a punishment for missing, and that I had to go click a bunch of times over on a thing. Yeah, it felt like a reload, like something was saying, rather than like a resource that I had to manage, you know. So I think everything's done reasonably well. I think it's just use a lot more polish and a lot more thought, I think, generally overall. Innovation, it is like I like how you just stuck to a mouse control system. I like that just because it's easier. And you're putting your frames on fire, right? So that's the reason you did it. But there was a jam that was a tied theme between 2-button controls and growing. I really liked it. I made one of my favorite Ludum Dare games ever, which is Life is Short. And I'd forgotten actually that it was tied with 2-button controls, that theme, because I made the game entirely mouse controlled. Oh, 2 buttons, left mouse, right mouse, right. A lot of people did that. And the thing I remember, I'm going to turn the light on. Because it's getting dark, so I had to turn the light on. And the thing with that is it just like that constraint was really cool, in terms of just me not overcomplicating the game, not overcomplicating how you play it, and that ended up making the game really like a lot better than it might have been. Otherwise, if I had the whole keyboard and stuff at my disposal, I was like, oh yeah, move to SAD and so on and so forth, and it was really cool, and I actually really liked that control scheme for it. Made it so much more like accessible to play, and it's good. So I really like that element of this. I like that you went for those 2-button controls. I think that's good, regardless of your decision, or regardless of what informed it, whether or not it was just because you wanted to port it somewhere or whatever. I think it's good. Innovation. I think you've tried something new here, but I don't think it's super interesting. I don't think it necessarily paid off, but I do think you've attempted something interesting. Well, you've attempted something different. not sure how many legs it has in terms of, but I'd be interested to see what you do with it going further, if you take it further. I think as it stands, it's very basic, and it's very, there's not a whole lot there, right? The theme, I'm not really feeling the theme on this one, and it's like the most meaningless category rating wise in this Ludum Dare, because the theme was friggin' stupid. Like, I get that what you were trying to do, but I got the blood out of this game way more than I was getting the feel of the bubbles. Okay, I wasn't getting like a feel of like joyful, whimsy, silly bubbles or whatever going on over here, because I wasn't really thinking about this area of the screen very much. I was just clicking on it when I needed ammo, right? Whereas this area of the screen is where everything was going on. That was where everything that was important was happening. And you see, you've even divided it that way. Like, you've got so much more space over here than you've got going on over here. And I don't see why you couldn't just combine the two as well. You know, have those bubbles just be a part of the game world or whatever, and you gotta go and click around them, and maybe they get in your way. And I don't know. I don't know, man. But it was hard to really feel much of that juxtaposition. It really just felt like you were getting this side of your theme coming over really heavily, and this side very little. So that's why I rated it how I rated it. Graphics, I think, are basic, but would allowed a disturbing amount of detail put in. I like the look of the CRT thing. I think it kind of helps the otherwise basic graphics come across better as well. It kind of gives it a bit more of that feeling of intentionally rough rather than just, you know, rough because that's the best you could do kind of thing, which is nice. Some of the things were better than others. The monster at the end was really cool. I think it could all use a bit more work, but what couldn't? So let's go with, I would say a 2, but I think you've done some nice things to kind of adjust for the roughness of the graphics, so I think we'll go to 2.5. Audio was alright, yeah. I'm rubbish at rating audio, so wasn't much music or whatever going on. Yeah, I think we're with that. Humor. Not really. I can see. I feel like the juxtaposition was maybe meant to be a source of humor, but it didn't really come across for me. Mood, I think very much. I think there's quite a lot of mood going on in this, and it's got a very defined mood. But as I say, I think the failing is on the whole bubbles element of it that doesn't necessarily deliver super well. Thank you for that one. It's very cool. Very cool. I see another link in the chat. I'm just scrolling to make sure I've not missed any others. Duster. Copy link location. What have you got to lose? Exactly. Nothing. You're not really got anything to gain either. You're just gonna see some kid play your game on stream and talk about. Call myself a kid. I'm like 28. I'm a kid if you're like 40, I guess. You're gonna see some guy play a game and then chat nonsense about it as if he knows anything. That's all you're gonna get. Oh, that's what comes up with the game, right? Okay, escape. Nice. Seems cool. Your first comment here is like, I think the mouse and the commands were good. I think that was good. I think that was probably the best part of it. I think it's a bit roughly implemented, but like, I think that's a good way to. It's a good constraint to give yourself. Cool. Rhythm quest. This looks cool. I want to know if this is the problem I have. Very nice graphics and everything though. I really recognize something in this style. I've done this kind of thing before as well, and I've copied it off someone else where like you do a color and a thing around a thing, and then do a white outline around it, and it just makes it pop off, and it's cool. Oops. I thought I was on a page for the image, but I wasn't. I was on the page. The thing I want to know with this one, and other rhythm game I played, and a lot of people when they do rhythm game combos, when they're like, I'm going to combine rhythm game with X, is, have you actually combined rhythm game with X, or have you just made a rhythm game and put it in a shell of X or a skin of X? So that's what I'll be interested to see here. Rhythm Quest win. See, look at this, look at this. I can just drag it in. I can just drag it in. Boom. Rhythm Quest data. Is this Unity game? I'm gonna guess it's a Unity game. Well, it's not. It's definitely a Unity game. Can I go windowed 9? No, I can't. Okay, let's go with that. It just makes it easier on OBS, but that's fine. Do I need to read any of this? D, F, J, and K. Oh, okay. I keep going back. Where's the LD? Where's the LD page? I think I've lost the LD page. Let's get this person's in as well. I need the LD page so I can actually rate the thing. Oh, you haven't given me the... Oh, Midnight Rogan, you haven't given me the LD page. Well, I'll play it and you can give me it in the chat and I'll go back. Play. Rhythm Quest, press space. I'm going to move this out the way because I can tell I'm going to need the keys. Oh, yeah, it makes you press the button. That's good because it makes you press the buttons that you're going to use. Do they do anything different? Oh, okay, so they have like stats that align with, like, yeah, like a Barbarian Man has like big red stat and Wizard Man has good. Does any of them just have higher numbers overall, or do they each have 1, 6, 1, 4? Yeah, they're all balanced, so they all have 6, 4, and 2 5s. Let's play Barbarian. D, F, J, K. So noted. Okay. Okay. Oh, right, you've got this, like, showing you, like, that's almost like a card thing going on as well. You get, like, a card that comes up and shows you, like, what thing you're fighting. Is that showing you, like, oh, what damage certain nodes will do? Interesting. Some icons do slightly different things as well. Oh gosh. Oh shit. It's weirdly hard to I think it's because the one key gap, there's something just throws me about it. Boom, bom, 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 bom. Interesting. Oh, it's a 2 key gap even. I don't want... I prefer not to have games that aren't actually made by the people in the chat. That makes me a little sad. But we playing it now. It's like I talk about, we analyze it, and they don't, and the person who made it doesn't even hear it, and it's like, wow, Doesn't... I mean, I guess it can help people a bit, but I prefer to spend the time giving people direct feedback and stuff. Oh gosh. I'm bad at this rhythm game. Oh, what? I feel like it's relying on the sound effects for all the feedback of whether you've hit a thing or not, which makes it tough. I'm just like, did I hit that? Oh, I did. Well, that'll do. I think we get the idea, right? But it's cool. So future submit, I don't, can I get the LD page for this? So I'm guessing this is the one you found on YouTube. Is it linked? I don't even have... How can I rate your game? No, that's just... That's LD. Well, that's a shame, because I can't actually rate that now. That is unfortunate. But the main thing I'd have to say about it is... it's very pretty artwork-wise. Very well delivered, like, clean, minimal aesthetic. Tells you what to do, it's clear. I think the thing a lot of rhythm, like, track-based rhythm games like this get wrong is that they don't focus enough on the feedback you get here, which is, like, the most important thing. Yeah, I read the chat sometimes, Shannon, but I've got 2 different chats to read at once. Also, you know, I'm doing stuff. My game is too easy. Yeah, it is. The other thing... So yeah, like, you need more, like, whether, like, a hit or miss or something coming up here, and it just to be really clear, and, like, whether or not you hit, how well you hit, and so on. This was very, like... binary, like, hit or miss, right? Which is fine. It's a little dirty. You only got so much time to do stuff. The other thing is, like, the thing I brought up right at the start is, like, is this gonna be a rhythm game combined with RPG, which is actually Crypt of the Necrodancer, like, exists, and it's really good. It's like a roguelike rhythm thing. It's really sick. Or is it just gonna be a rhythm game and an RPG shell? And the moment I saw this track of notes, I'm like, it's probably the latter. And it kind of was. There were a lot of interesting dressings to it, of just like, oh, these swords are the attacks that you deal, and the shields are that. But it is still just, you want to hit every single one of these things that come up. There's a thing on the thing, you want to hit it, because then it's the thing, and it's just still a rhythm game. The game is hit the symbols on the track, right? Even no matter how you dress and no matter what goes on, that's how it is. And the same was true of the person who did the tower defense one, like this. Press the things, and it's always good to hit the notes, and it's just like, you hit the notes, and sometimes the notes are complicated. It's a cool dressing, don't get me wrong, it's a nice dressing, but it is ultimately just a dressing, which is unfortunate, because I think, you know, you do lots of interesting things with rhythm and with games and stuff. I like Crypt of the Necrodancer did. That this sort of stuff doesn't do, but it's cool nonetheless. I'm not saying this sort of stuff shouldn't exist or shouldn't be made. It's just, yeah, it's not that exciting. No, you're ugly 3868 music. And I run this channel, so I can just put you in timeout. What do you think about that? Was curious if I plan to release my Scrub chat code someday. It's not. I mean, it's not called Scrub chat. It's just a Twitch overlay. And I've actually done a tutorial on it. You can go to my channel. There's a thing somewhere. There's a video somewhere. A video I did on making one of these. Well, not on making exactly like this, but on how I do it from Twitch, and so like how I went into Twitch and get all the Twitch data. It's not got any information on how you get YouTube chat because I had to work all that stuff out myself like less than a few weeks ago. So that stuff won't be in there. And nothing but pretty. Thank you, and Matrix. I get it, Matrix D. I like it. Very kind of you. Guy was just mean. Came in just like, you're ugly. That's the only thing he said. Like, what's the story behind that? What makes you come to a place and just be like, I've got one thing I want. I'm just going to tell this guy. I'm just going to tell him the cold honest truth. You're ugly. Enter. Sit back and then just wait. Like, what leads you to that position in life? Anyway, moving on. He was ugly on the inside. Dust. I can't rate that game. I'm sad I can't rate that one. But anyway, Duster is a combination of... Did I miss any other links as well? 2D and Top D, we got you. Let's go. A combination of bullet hell and farming game in which you grow plants that fight for you while you dodge endless streams of bullets. I'm sorry if you want source code. I promise that you're not missing out. You have to link the source code, dude. It's a compo game. It's part of the rules. Like, that's not just like a voluntary, like, nice share source code thing. Like, you have to do that. Unless they've changed it. That's how it's always been. I'll play it anyway, but like, source code must be included. It must. Look at that, let's just zoom in. Must be included. Are here requests allowed? I'm not sure what you mean. You can link games here. I would say yes, but I don't think YouTube actually lets you put links in the chat. And I'm not sure how I can make it so you can. Advanced settings. Oh, stream options. Can't see the option anywhere, unfortunately. But if you can just just hop over to Twitch TV for us, and just drop the link in there. Be fine. I'll automatically block spam messages. That's mine. I could turn that off and hope for the best, but question mark? Why is it always defaults me to top chats? Some messages may not be visible. No, just give me live chat. I want to see everything. I'm not trying any games other than games what people in the chat have made. You don't. Why don't you just share the source code? Like, what's the? Well, what's the issue? But if you really don't want to share the source code, then yeah, you should probably change it to a jam game because those are the rules. Yeah, I couldn't find it either way. It's okay, Midnight Rogan. It was fun to play and interesting to talk about. Anyway, let's get this. How do you share that? Oh, did you make it in Game Maker? You just like export YYZ or just save the project and put the project in a zip file and just upload it. Like just the same as you've done with this, right? Hey Sean, play my game. Okay. Copy. Oops. Copy link location. First of all, we playing Duster. Which I have not looked at any of the things. full? Is that? Do we? We'll just make sure that's worked on OBS. Think it has. Help. Oh, this looks nice. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Press Z to fire. How come you didn't use like a pixel font or something here? Like, it would have gone with the other. I mean, this doesn't look bad or anything. It's just interesting that you went like low res on everything and then it didn't on the text. Press Z to fire. Hold X to lock rotation. Press C to exit your ship. Oh, golly. Press Z while outside of your ship to plant. Twitch boxes to get plants. Golly, okay. I have a lot of. I have more questions than I had going into that. Okay. Oh right, so that. Oh, so that's strafing, right? Okay. This reminds me of a that game where you like pick up things and UFOs are coming to try and take all the people. Old arcade game, can't remember what it's called. Okay, so I'm shooting these things. What am I trying to do here? Like, there's something to say about plants. Oh! Okay, don't touch that thing. Oh. How do I... homing. I like the feel of it's very nice. Wow, sniped. You see that guy? I didn't. Just like blink and I was dead. Horizontal? How do I use that? Oh, right, that's a type of plant. And oh, is that gonna be like a tower or something? Check that out, that's neat. Uh-oh. I'm trying to shoot it now though. Uh-oh, no, yeah, no, not my ship. Alright, yeah, no. God damn it. I want to see what more of these ships are though. Oh, these plants are. That menu is kind of strange. I kind of want, yeah, it's interesting that like those appear like that because it forces you to kind of come away from the ground, because otherwise you'll just get overwhelmed with these things. Oh jeez. Look away from the screen for like 2 seconds, but homing got my back. There's an exclamation mark. I wonder if that... that's telling me that there's one of them. That's cool. Oh, that's what I think it's doing. Whoa. That is a thing. Any second now, it might even die. Oh, yeah. Ooh! Fucking the bullet bills, man. They are fast. Oh yeah, they've got the, oh, that's what the little dot is. That's what the little dot is. This is really good. Oh Christ. Ah. Cool. Think we good. Think we done. Alright. I liked that quite a lot. It was cool. I am torn with 3.5 to 4. I'm gonna go... I think based on the other one I gave 4.5. I'm gonna be mean. 3.5. Hello.
Hi.
You alright?
I made a terrible mistake.
What was that?
I napped.
I know you did.
Why did you let me do that?
I don't know, you seemed really tired. And it seemed like I had any choice. How are you feeling?
Well, it's 9 o'clock and I'm awake.
Yeah. Right. Well, I've got some video games I need to rate and play.
Oh, sorry.
But, I'll see you soon.
No problem. I'm going to just be mad at you because of something that I've done now.
Noted.
You going?
Where was I? What was I saying? I don't remember. Yeah, we had 34 speed shooter. That's the thing we were playing. Cool. Fun. Yeah, I think it was very fun actually. I think it was really well, like, it's actually really well put together. Yeah, there's some bits were like really hard or whatever, but like, yeah, you know, like for the time you had, like, I think you got a lot of bang for buck out of that. Like, I liked that there was turrets in the sky that just kept shooting. I'm rating the wrong game. No, oops. Sorry. Thank you, person who pointed that out. Let's do it. Go back to Duster. There we go. Thank you, person who pointed that out. No, I think there's a there's a delay, so people are gonna take a while to catch on to that. Yeah, you go. Catch on to the fact that I've caught on. Yeah, like the thing turrets and say they force you to navigate a bit. I like there's a lot of like nice feedback touches of just a little exclamation mark tells you there's a thing, and a little dot tells you where it is. It's good. It took a little while to work it out. Like the help just gives you the controls to do things with no context, and it's like press C to plant. I'm like, what does that mean? What am I planting? What's the context there? Well, once I got it, like all the feedback is really good. So I think it's like the tutorial of it is not great, but the well, you know, non-existent. But once you do get it, there's lots of really good feedback, and it works really well. The flashes are all really good, all the explosions are good, all the art is really crisp, other than the text, which is weird. But maybe you just couldn't find a good font. I don't know. But at least you could have probably done is just turned anti-aliasing off on your text. Maybe made it fit better. Innovation. This is a bit because it's just, you know, creative types of enemies and all that kind of stuff. The mechanics of, you know, they've all kind of been seen before-ish. Other than the tower planting and stuff, that's really cool. That's an interesting mix, which is cool because I was trying to think what was the two themes you mixed here, because I'd forgotten that there was kind of like a tower growing thing going on, right? Or it was kind of a farm, right? You were kind of going for a farming, like, growing thing, right? Which I think is good. I don't know, it comes across fairly okay. That's good. Yeah, I think the graphics are really nice. They really fit for purpose. I would give them a 4 even if it weren't for the text, I think. You link your game in Twitch chat, James Anderson. If it's the one by Hamster Hammer, I can see it. We'll get that added in a second. Mood. It has a very sort of arcade game kind of mood to it, which I think is there and comes across pretty well. I think it's good. It's very well done. You need to add your source code or change it to a jam game though. Let me refresh. I think you said you did it. Yeah, you're right. You changed it to jam. I don't know why I've got a weird graphical thing going on there on my pages, but that's me. Oh, it might just be my zoom. Yeah, because we zoomed in earlier and broke it. Cool. I think I'm happy with that set of things. Let's add hamster hammers to the back here. I'm probably going to do these, and then that's going to be it. I would usually do loads and have it stream for ages and end up with like a long queue of like 1,000,000 tabs. But I think I'm just going to do these 3. and call it. I think 2D and Top D was next. I hope I didn't just close, like, I closed a tab with rules on it, which I hope was just what that was. I'm just gonna do these last few, I think, but feel free to add it in the next one, because I'll do more of these streams, because I need to rate more games. Yes, if you do jam, you don't have to share the source code. You also get an extra day. The jam is the relaxed version of it, basically. The compo is like the more classic Ludum Dare hard mode, as they call it. Okay, so there's a web thing of it. That's cool. No instructions here. What happens on a platform game and a top-down game are combined? Interesting. I wondered what I was seeing when I saw that. 2D and... Oh, now I get it. 2D and Top D. I get it. You're boring, Chase. Don't call my stream boring. How very dare you. You're boring. Your face is boring. You ever think you're going to make a bigger project? A lot of people ask me that. I got bigger projects on the go all the time. Finishing them just tends to be a thing that doesn't happen a lot, because my main job is making tutorials. And making videos and stuff like that. And so when I work on my own projects, it's got to be kind of like evening time or days like Friday, like after I've released a video that week, or stuff the weekends. I don't tend to do it otherwise. You don't hear sound archery though. It might be. I don't really want to play with my sound settings though, so if you want your sound to come across in my streams, you just gotta make your game loud. Press enter to start. 2D like to walk left and right with the arrow keys. Do you like walking left and right with the arrow keys and doing the little jumps? Look at that dust. Them dust effects. With the particles. It's like, did you jump on platforms? Oh, way ahead of you, bro. Way ahead of you. I've played platform games before, you see. What is this? Top D also moved with the arrow key. Oh, I get it, because the platforms and the... that's interesting. That's interesting, because those are two, like, super obvious common genres, and then, like... And yeah, did not occur to me at all, like... And yet they are obviously intrinsically fairly incompatible. This is quite cool. 2D and Top D were quite different. Haha, shout out to all that code. What is that like? I can see some keyboard checks and sound playing. Didn't talk about go here. Who are you? I'm Glitch. That's I like that transition. Swap. Okay. And we're going to get each one to the thing. Yeah, that transition's really cool and really simple. Like, it literally just moves like a thing. No, I think this idea is, like, flown under everyone's radar is, like, a really obvious, good way of doing this. Like, I just want to appreciate that transition a couple of times. Like, look at that! Look at that! That's sick. And the shadows moving. The spikes are there. It's interesting because they're the walls, yeah. Huh. Oh, and right, haha, that's... And now we see them actually, like, interacting. Because the 2D space that is the sky, or just the background for 2D, is the floor for Top D. Oh, no. Oh, no. One thing I have to know, though. Is there a jump buffer? There is. Okay, good quality platform game. So that's the one question. Does it have a jump buffer? I'm very impressed just by the idea of this, honestly. Oh gosh, okay. I don't want to try. I wanted to see what happened if you push like the box into him, or if you can. But I don't want to try it until we pass this level now. There we go. Okay, so there's some. What's that represent? It's like a hole in the floor for him. So I need to. I can't. Okay, but I can do this, right? Oh, but now how does he get there? Interesting. Do those blocks do what I think they might do? Haha. And what's smart is he gives you a few off the bat, so you learn what they do. And then... I like this. This is very cool. One thing I have to know though. Ah, it just doesn't let you swap. Okay. Reminds me a little bit of my own game in another perspective, actually. Just the swapping and everything. Cool. And just collecting keys and stuff as well. So I could play all these puzzles forever, and it's very cool, and I kind of want to, but I want to get through these games. So let's move on. But this was awesome. Like, that transition is very cool. It bothers me that you don't have a GIF that's just the transition. Like, it gets there, but then most of it's just like, oh, there's a platformer, right? Okay, fair enough. And then I'm just scrolling. I'm not seeing it, you know? I want the GIF to just be like, because when you see that, and you see the thing, you get it, like, instantly. There's too much of just like, it's a platform and it's top down. Whereas I think you could just sell it on just like a very small space and just that transition alone. Which I'm getting into marketing nonsense now. But cool game. Right, yeah, I think it's easily as good as the other one we played as well. It's very cool. Fun. It's, yeah, game feel of it's great actually. I think the only thing that lets it down for me is literally his jump. Just feels super fast, and like the gravity in the jump is just really strong, and it's like this really like tall parabola, which for me felt uncomfortable. But you got jump buffers in it, and all everything else about it felt really good. And the fact that you can swap mid-air, and you can like and it doesn't like keep your momentum or anything like that. So that's good, because then it makes it easy. You can just position the block under him and let go, and it's all fine. So you get away with it. But just the actual game feel, other than that, it's really, really strong. Just the pushing felt good. The little effects are really nice. The transition's very satisfying. All just felt good to play. It was very good. The innovation, yeah, man, like, it seems so obvious, and yet it's just a really cool idea and really well executed. I like it. Theme, yeah, like nailed it, I think. Like you can't get more. I don't think you can have. I don't know how you do it better than that, really. I'll find one eventually. I'll write one and be like, oh, this is even better than another thing. But until now, this is the best way I think you could probably interpret the theme. One of the best ways, you know. Graphics, I think, are really good. I think it's very pretty. I think that the text bubbles are a little bit basic, especially when you compare them to, like, you've got this style going on here and the style there is a bit mismatched. Let's go 4, I think. There's a little few inconsistencies in style and stuff, but for the most part, it's just good. It's clean. It's clean. It's nice. It's well presented. It's good. It's good stuff. Audio, it was quite. I mean, it's quite quiet, but I could have turned it up. But it seemed alright. My commentary on audio is always useless. I don't even know if I should rate it. But I thought it was alright. It was nice. It was kind of cute. I liked it. Yeah, we'll go with 3. Humor. The title, I guess, DD Top D, it was cute. I mean, yeah, there's not really a whole lot to it in that regard, but it's fine, you know. Mood, yeah, I think it had like a nice, really chill vibe about it. Actually, yeah, it was cool. I think these 2 characters, like, they look different. Like, I like that they've got a totally different like look and feel about them as well. It's really nice. Very, very, very well done. I am a fan. Use my tutorial on track transition. I don't even know what you mean by track transition. Unless you've been like the room changing stuff or whatever. I've done that before. Oh, music track transition. You're right. I probably didn't notice it because I can't even notice. Yeah, I didn't have the music up loud enough. So I'm useless for judging music stuff. But cool. Nice to know you had time to even get that in there. That's a nice element of that to have. You also did something similar to what I did with another perspective as well. As like whenever you swap, you did something with the background that made it like feel more solid and different as well. So it's like a moving sky space and solid space there. So it's very similar in a lot of ways to that game. But I like this idea more than I like my game. That's cool. Thank you very much for that one. That was very cool. 8. 2 more to go. Is YouTube my job now? Making videos on YouTube has been my job for a while. Thanks to LJC. Supported by the lovely folks over at patreon.com/SeanJS who pay for me to do it on a monthly basis. And they get to help decide what videos I make, when and where. Anyway. Speed shooter movie with WASD. Use your mouse to aim, shoot, and reload. Shoot your enemy to move your car. Okay, you've got a car. Fair enough. Forward. Stars to give your car a super boost. Other enemies are harmless. Which... Okay, no idea what to expect from this. Okay, there's a screenshot here. Oh right, so I'm like playing a racing game and a platformer at the same time. Okay. Post jam auto reload. No, I want to play it as it originally was, but we'll consider what. I'm interested to see what that was that you felt needed changing. I think it was called Speed Shooter. Yeah. Oh, I've made it in the wrong folder. Yeah, it's good enough. Folder doesn't need to be accurate. Oh, Speedy Shoot, sorry. Oh, D3D, DLL. Speed Shooter. Oh, that is, look at that flash, that is intimidating. Don't worry about it, Prefects LJC. I'm happy enough that you like the work that I do. And my work is still ad support at the moment, so just watching it kind of helps a little. Eventually I want to turn those off, but if I turn those off, it's because I don't need any more money. So I've watched a video on JSON, the geometer beta, and I still don't understand JSON. I'm 13, is that bad? Nah, not really. Like, using data structures can take a while, especially if you're new to programming. Just come back to it later. I think Juju's video has everything you need to start understanding it, but you want to start from, like, if you don't know what an array is and stuff like that. Like, he does kind of explain those things, because it's like, it's one column of a spreadsheet, and this is this data, and this is that data. But I think both my video and Juju's video both have certain things they assume you know, and they both cover slightly different bases. So theoretically, if you don't get one, you can get the other. But if you might miss both of them, you know. So it's not for total beginners. So like, if you don't know how to do that, just save your game with a text file. It'll be fine. This game is confusing but fun if I understand everything. Well, let's click help then. Wireless to move. Alright, it's the same thing. Reload, aim, shoot with mouse. Shoot your car, move your car. Shoot your enemy. Oh, okay. Don't shoot. Shoot your enemy to move your car. Don't shoot other enemies? Okay. So I want to shoot red ones? Is that what it's telling me? Oh, don't mate. Oh, right, I'm reloading. Maybe, right. Okay. Reload. Right, I can see you've probably patched this so you don't have to manually reload. Good decision. Shame I can't full screen it, but hey, my game was the same, so I won't worry about it. They just slow you down, right? Oh, you can shoot them. Interesting. Ooh, it's got a weird face. Ah! They're overlapping. I can't. There we go. Oh, but those ones are moving faster, so that's good. Yeah. Man, my game, oh wait, is that one, are they screwing me over, or am I hitting the coloured ones? Wait, do I even, oh. Did I actually, does that do anything if they touch me? Like, I was instinctively running away from them, but. So was that moving me backwards when I hit these ones? Yeah. Wow, okay. But they were red. I thought, I don't know. Clearly I don't want to hit those ones. I think I've lost, guys. Reload. Let's try again. Because I think I've bottled it. You know, blue enemies don't hurt you. That implies the other ones do. Ah, reload. Why don't you even start me with full ammo? That's just mean. Right, so I'm gonna just ram those. Or I can just ignore them, really. And just ignore those ones, too. What is it with those ones, though? Because they're red. But they've got, like, I don't even, like, that upside down or something. Oh, right, and if he touches you, those ones move you back. But the other ones don't? Okay. Just looking at how these bullets behave as well. I like the fact, I like that they're big. I do like some big bullets. There's like a spinning blade in the wall there as well. Ah, does that do anything? Oh wow, that was a power up of some kind. That boosted me a bunch. Oh yeah, that's a fine. It's kind of hard to remember that. It's kind of weird. No, not like this. We were closer than we are now. Grab that thing. Oh, wow, oh no, don't hit them. Don't hit them. Can I ram him? I can. Weird red enemy is a troll. I mean, you're right. Oh, I lost. Never mind. I probably would have wondered if I got that thing around here, but that's life. What's hard mode? I mean, I couldn't even win regular mode. Do they just go faster? Seems like they just move faster. There might be more of these things as well. Okay, I think I get the idea, and I'm not very good at it. Cool, okay. So, I think something you might want to consider doing here is simplifying your core mechanics a bit. I think there's a bit too much going on. That makes it harder for you as the designer to explain these things to the player. So it's not clear, like, is running into enemies bad? Which ones do you shoot? Because it just said other enemies. It didn't specify the ones that your color, and there's even one that is your color that you're not supposed to shoot. And three of them you can run into and it doesn't do anything at all. And the red normal one, you can run into him, and that hurts you and slows the thing down. So I think you got a lot going on, and it's easy to get confused, and it's difficult for you, even if you put in like a big tutorial. It's like the red ones do this, the yellow ones do that. It's tough to get that across to the player. So what I would do, and I think doesn't really even change your game that much, is like just have don't do the color thing anymore, right? Like, I see what you wanted, but just have the regular red enemies. Just have those red enemies that come after you and you move and shoot. Because you've got the moving and shooting or whatever, and that's the mechanic of it, right? You know, the better you're doing in that, the better you're doing in the race. No, the blue and yellow ones don't add anything other than like an obstacle to not shoot the other dudes, which you could add in a different context without it being as confusing. And don't have the weird red ones that if you shoot it's bad. That really threw me, because I didn't even know, because it was happening on the side of the screen, so I wasn't even looking at it. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm shooting red ones, so I must be doing well, and then I wasn't. So yeah, I would simplify it down to that and just then go from there. Oh yeah, like stars give you a currency base. Yeah, the stars were really small compared to everything else, which was kind of weird. And they could kind of half appear on the wall. Yeah, and as Matt Rose kind of put very bluntly, but it's a similar situation to what I was talking about with that rhythm game earlier, where like, are you really taking a game that's combines those two genres, or have you got sort of a game and then another game genre kind of as a shell or as a context for it, and that's kind of what you've got here. So you've got a game where the game is just running around and shooting things. A little bit of it is the racing, but like it's kind of like your score just has to reach a certain level. The game is still played via just running around shooting things, right? That your arena shooter is the game. The racing thing is just a measure of how well you're doing, which again is fine, but you might, I don't know, maybe you want to look into more ways to interact with the racing and things are going to race. I don't know what I would do. It's the first one. It's the first Ludum Dare you've done. You've done a very good job. Well done. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2 for the overall. I think it's fairly consistent with the way I've been scoring everything else. Fun it was again. It's just, I think I'd rather say like game design or whatever there than fun and such. It feels mean to say no, it wasn't fun, but like it's more like, I think, like the complex design of it or whatever, I think makes it hard to get to grips with. And then when you get to grips with it, it's also just really hard, which isn't necessarily a problem in and of itself, but then it makes me want to put it down rather than carrying on, you know? But I think some things about that were good. I like the fact your bullets were nice and big. I like the puffs of smoke that came off of them were cool. I think your reloading was kind of a mismatch here. I think you just wanted to make the arena shooter stuff more interesting, right, than just being able to hold a button and shoot or kind of thing. You wanted the interest of like, oh, keep an eye on your ammo, make sure you're reloading in gaps and stuff like that, which is fair enough. But I think the way you've executed it is really, really slow, and like starting you off without ammo is mean, and having to reload like manually stuff, which I can see you kind of recognize because you've already done the version. You did another version in there that was like the 0.5 version or whatever, where you've done, it said something about the reload, so I assume you're doing something like automating the reload and that kind of thing. I would also speed it up if you hadn't done already. Like, it's very slow, and it felt like a game where I wanted to be brap rather than like a zombie survival where I want it to be kind of like slow and weird and eerie, you know. Felt a bit like I was playing Resident Evil with that kind of reload pace, whereas the game was wanting to be more like Hotline Miami, you know. So yeah, those are my main pile of rando criticisms, I guess. Innovation, I think it was an interesting pair of themes to try and combine. I feel like innovation and theme are almost like the same for this jam because it's weird. No, in particular, like the arena shooter is just an arena shooter, and then you've sort of like you've put a racing thing on top. But it's interesting. I think there were some original ideas in there. I don't think they all necessarily worked. that's the long and short of it, I think. Theme. As I say, I feel like you're not really getting both genres coming across super well in this. I think you're getting top-down arena shooter coming across very well, and then the racing is like a little bit at the end kind of thing, you know? It's no, not a little bit at the end, sorry, it's like it's the dressing of it kind of thing, it's the context, which is fine. It's a perfectly reasonable way to make games, a perfectly reasonable way to approach this terrible theme. So I can forgive anyone for not doing an amazingly good job with this theme. But that said, I just played that other thing that was amazing, so I don't know. Who knows anymore? Yeah, it's a tough one, but that's what I think on that. Graphics were obviously very basic and rough, but they did their job. You could tell what everything was and what it was meant to be. The only problem in that was, of course, you had 2 red ones, which you said was like, oh, one of them, it's just like a troll, but this is like, you don't get forgiven for a bad thing by saying it was meant to be bad, you know? It's just bad. it was confusing. It was like, oh right, okay, I think I understand because you hadn't told me like which things I was meant to shoot. But I think I understand because the U is red and the thing is red. Shoot the red ones. Wouldn't have helped if I was colorblind, but you know I'm not, thankfully, so I can see red, and I can blah, blah, blah. But then I see another red one, I shoot them, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was assuming it was all fine, so it's like, oh, I've shot red ones. It couldn't possibly be bad for me to shoot the other red ones. And it was only when I looked right at the end, I'm like, why am I right at the bottom? And I realized, oh, those ones are screwing me over. Which, yeah, was not clear. Not clear in the feedback. Yeah. Audio was there. I think there was a gunshot sound. I don't even remember. There was no music or anything like that, but hey, all my sounds were bad, so I wouldn't feel bad about it. Humor, not really, but I'm not sure it was meant to. I'm not even going to rate it in that category yet. That's not giving it 0, by the way. That just doesn't rate it. I just didn't give it a rating for that. Because I'm not really sure how to rate humor for things that clearly weren't really trying to be super funny, so it's like, whatever. Mood. It's also a weird category for something like this. Kind of has one a bit, but it doesn't necessarily try to bring it across very well. But you only have time to do so much in these kind of things. So that's what I make of that one overall. Cool stuff. Thank you very much for submitting that. Very well done on completing your first Ludum Dare game. It's tough, man. It's tough. You gotta win a game in 72 hours, and my hat goes off, frankly, to everyone who manages to finish anything. It's good. I think it's a cool foundation from which you can build, or from which you can dump and go on to make a little. Do whatever you want. You do you. Anyway, thank you for that. Sadie's Stabby Sword Story. That is a lot of S's. Let's get in there with the last one. I don't know, Showtank, it just is. I mean, you can opt out of categories, but like most people just leave it in for. I left mine in for everything as well, so mine's in for humor. I don't know why you would. I don't know. Sadie, a sweet sovereign, spots a sacred sword set on shielding her from scary slimes. A beat-em-up artillery game for Ludum. Right, so like artillery game is in like Worms type of thing, like Worms fighting game or something like that. Combine two and compatible genre. Click and drag anyone on the machine to launch stuff. Right, yeah, okay. We recommend playing in full screen mode. You often drag your cursor. If you often drag your cursor out of the window, right. I know their highness is dainty. Interesting. Oh, big team. Nose. Fix the bug. Okay, so these are all just bugs, right? Full screen support's kind of a thing added, but we'll let it off. And it has to be a jam one with loads of people, so yeah, whatever. Download. Drag from the center of the window. Noted. Not GM48 games, LD41 games. Wrong jam. Oh gee, I wonder what engine this was made in. Just seeing all these Unity files. See, stage story. Let's get in there. Shoutouts to Unity. Shoutouts to all the engines. Shoutouts to all the things. We got there we go. I'm not gonna put it in full screen. I'm gonna be brave. Unless I can do it like that. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect actually, because then we get the whole thing in, and that's good. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting that the boxes are still on these. I guess that was so you ran out of time. I don't know, but I guess it gives you feedback as well of the whole rig over there. Design element, music and audio, and you go. Cool. Play game. Oh, I like this. bit weird on a white background, but I like that the transitions are cool nonetheless. Whoa, okay. Launch the sword to protect Princess C. Oh, he said from the middle of the screen as well, didn't he? I see. As long as I don't click outside the window, we should be fine, right? Otherwise, it's minimized again, but whatever. Oh god, I've screwed this up. I bottled that. I bottled that hard. Turn it up a bit. Try and turn it up for you guys more than anything. Plus 15 dBs. Hopefully you guys can hear it a bit better. It is good music. Ah, it's almost like you were targeting mobile with the little clicky draggy thing. Let me turn it down a little bit. Sound effects are way louder than the music though. Ah, no, I wasn't. I was playing around with my music. Right. Can I move as well? Interesting that it has like a little bit of like a momentum like dampener when you hit a thing, but not a huge one, so you can still like go through things. Oh gosh. What do we do with these sword ones? Do we have to get in behind? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, oops. I didn't know that was a thing. And the game is making the stream lag. Encoding is overloaded. That's unfortunate. Sound still coming across okay? Yeah, it is. It seems to be the game as well, actually. That's unfortunate. Let's close that a sec. Let's see if it chills out. Yeah. Well, at least the audio is consistent, but that is unfortunate. There's no settings or anything I could. Yeah, my OBS can be really temperamental with this kind of thing. Let me close. I've got some of the junk open. Let's close like Game Maker. I'll give it one more whirl. Can't close that. Seems fine on this screen. Oop. Oh, it's not dropped any frames weirdly, so it's just struggling to. I'm gonna play this, and then yeah, now encoding is overloaded. Yeah, I'm seeing it in the preview. That is unfortunate, but I think I get the idea of the game. I'm sad that the footage isn't good for everyone else. That... Oh shit, I actually closed my overlay. That is a shame. But I think I get the general gist of the game, at least. Sorry about that. These things happen, I guess. Oh, and there were other levels with other enemies and all kinds of things as well. So it's a shame I couldn't see all of that. Yeah, yeah, it's lagging straight from the encoder LON, so no, it's not that. And it's not the fact that it's going to two places at once either, because it's all handled by restream.io. I'm only streaming to one place and then it splits it to two. So it's just an issue with OBS, I think, unfortunately. It doesn't like something about the game very specifically, unfortunately. So, okay. So I didn't get to see all of it, so, you know, pinch of salt where necessary. But I'll come to overall last. I think the idea is very cool, and it's a shame I didn't get to see what more enemies and stuff that were going on. I like the idea of these things. I found it a little hard to control. Like I was dragging from the center as directed, and a little hard to recover when like the enemies get really close to you on one side. But maybe might be me just being bad. I like that you could hit a bunch of them at once, but like there was still like some sort of dampening in the sword as it hit a thing. But I don't know that was necessary. I think you could have just had it just plow through things and it would have been fine. Like just have it just and just like I don't know, just and so you could have a more reliable arc for where the sword was going to go every time you threw it that way, because you would know like, oh, it's going to hit that enemy and then come through and hit those enemies. Rather than like it's going to hit them and then bounce off, and then you need like a master's degree in physics to work out exactly where it's going to go. The effect when the sword was shot was quite cool. The sound effects were nice. The music was very nice. Audio was very cool. And it had like a nice little mood and narrative and story going on with it. I think it was cool as well. Humor, I'm just not gonna rate it because it's a weird category. Graphics were a bit weird in this one. Like some of it was HD and some of it was not, and some of it was like pixel art, and then other bits of it were not. And yeah, there's a whole mishmash of styles going on here, and it wasn't super coherent. Well, some of the effects looked nice, and I like the explosion the enemies did when they got hit was cool. The sword glow is nice touch. The art in this was just kind of nice, but you can even see it in here. Just some of the things, just the resolution is mismatched, and it just doesn't. It doesn't quite fit perfectly. There's just like too many styles kind of combined together here, I think. And some artifacting and stuff on this guy you can see in the screenshot, and I noticed some of that in the game too. So I think we have to go a bit lower on the graphics. I'll go to 2.5 because like there's still a lot more here and a lot more work done, a lot more general effort in some of these graphics than there were in like some of the games I rated 2 for that. So yeah, that's the problem though. Is when you combine those things together, it's really rough, and like the pixel art isn't always the same resolution as all the rest of the pixel art. Like you check out, like it's hard without like zooming in loads, but like this has like really thin pixel lines, and then these ones are like twice as thick. Like this one's got an outline here, but the outline doesn't quite hit the top, and so on. There's a lot of love gone into it. It's just very messy, I think is the main criticism I have of the art and stuff in this. The theme, I wasn't seeing the theme in this so much, you know, like I wasn't really getting the beat. I mean, it felt like just an artillery game to me, you know. You drag a thing, you hit things. It's kind of interesting that you've got like a thing that just moves around and you can't pull it around. I mean that has been kind of seen and done before as well. well, not that that's a problem in and of itself, but the problem is that it's hard to see what the second thing that you're combining in here is going to be a beat 'em up, but I wasn't really getting that feel from it. But that might just come down to us having different understandings of what that means. So I don't know. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, humor. I'm gonna go with. But I think the gameplay itself was pretty good. Like the as I say, like I had some issues. I think I was just bad at it, but like some issues knowing where to click and drag and stuff. And you said from the center, but it still it felt a little bit awkward and a little unresponsive now and again, which might again maybe the game just doesn't like my computer in some regard. And it was a little bit hard to plan out where the sword was going to go and exactly how it was going to feel, but you would get used to that over time as well. But the general feel of it, like hitting enemies and flying through the air and bouncing off walls and all that kind of stuff, was good. It was a lot of fun. So all those things together, I think overall it's better than 2.5 games. Don't think it's as good as the 3.5 that I have, so let's go with a 3 out of 5. Overall, question mark? I think my Twitch game using Game Maker, yes, I did. I've made pretty much every game I've ever made that's public anyway, in Game Maker. Yeah, cool, and that's the last one. So thank you for that, and thank you to everybody for submitting those. They were very cool, fun to play. It's a shame about that last one in terms of not being able to stream it well. Like I got to play it fine. It ran fine for me, or it seemed to run fine for me. It just didn't. I just couldn't seem to. OBS didn't seem to like it very much for whatever reason. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I've got anything else I want to do tonight. I think I'm gonna head off because it's already 10 o'clock, and yeah, so it's already getting late. So I'm gonna head off. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I tend to, if I'm gonna stream, I usually stream on a Friday, but I stream randomly throughout the week every now and again. So I'll be doing more of these. So if I didn't get to play your game today, if you've got a game you want me to play, just follow the channel or follow YouTube, whatever platform you're watching me on. Follow along there, and you'll get notified when I go live and do more things. And you can come show me your game, and we'll have a good time. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. Thanks. Bye. Good night.